Stealing old ladies' carpets.
No, but you'd be surprised. It's weird, right? No, I wouldn't steal. She comes home and we put all the furniture back, and it's just, hang on a minute.
Welcome back to the Threeskins Podcast. I hope you enjoyed that intro, because we don't even know what it is yet until it gets edited. Lewis, Matt, Greg.
Yo, what up?
How's your weekend been, boys? Oh, we do that at the end now, don't we?
Well, actually, it is still the weekend, so we haven't really finished the weekend.
Is this going to go up tonight?
We'll see.
I was going to have a great weekend, and then we had to do podcasts, so oh well.
He's been playing a load of Red Dead. I've been playing a load of Legends.
I feel like shit because I drank last night for the first time in like a year. And by drank, I don't mean I drank. I had a beer, a lager top, and then I had a tiny bit
Where's a lager top? Is that like half...
No, it's not a shandy. A half lemonade, half beer is a shandy. A lager top is like, I don't know, like about, like, say that's a pint glass. Yeah, it's about, they put like that much lemonade in it. Just if you're that
Why
deluded.
are you buying that?
Because I was driving.
Why are you driving?
But I didn't...
Going out drinking, you didn't even...
I was there for like 6 hours, and I had that at the start.
Greg, why are you giving him crap about bad driving?
I know, right?
I'm a good driver, okay? I
I
scratched my car, alright, a little bit. It's got a little scratch on it.
When did you do that?
Oh, I don't know. I was like a few days ago.
Yeah.
It's not that bad though. It's like a little nick.
You're always going to get little dinks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even notice them half the time.
It was a bit of a mission, wasn't it?
It wasn't that bad. Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Could have been far worse.
Could have been a dent. You know.
Could have been the death of a child.
Nah.
That's lower than a dent.
Mate, dent my car. Like, if you're gonna get in my way, kids, don't dent my car. Just lay down straight away so the wheels get you, not my bonnet.
That's the kind of quality that we have here.
Brilliant.
I was just saying.
So I will get straight into the topic. Today's topic is British stereotypes. Now, we're all British. We all take the piss out of other people's stereotypes. So today we're going to do our own,
British people are the worst.
We are the worst.
That's why I feel like I'm allowed to bash on other nations.
I don't know.
Because it's like the UK
I feel like Americans might be a little bit worse than us, but we're definitely up there.
Yeah, but it depends what you define as worse.
Just annoying.
But if you're going to go annoying...
The British Empire...
If you're going to go... if you're going to go annoying, Americans they're up there for a country fucking miles. Sorry, some of you are real cool, but you are annoying as fuck, some of you. But us, we're just not very nice. We're quite horrible.
Especially when we go to other countries, we sort of like... I think because of the British Empire, we parade around the world like we're still the top dogs.
Yeah.
Like
Commonwealth.
We'll go to Europe and we'll get drunk and start fights and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's just.
And we'll go into a shop and they don't speak English, and you're like, ooh, fucking.
Fucking, we don't speak English. It's a tourist place, isn't it? Everyone should speak it.
All European countries to people from Britain are just places to go on holiday. Yeah. They don't exist. They're not like normal countries where people live. It's just like, well, we're on holiday. You don't speak English.
You'll see a correlation between where British people go to Europe and the price of beer.
Oh yeah.
It's like as soon as people realise that a place like Prague and Budapest have really low alcohol prices, British people just flock there now on holiday. It's crazy.
Okay, so I'd like to point out that a lot of the information I got today was from the Infographics Show. So, there we go.
The Infographics Show?
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
That do infographics.
Nice.
So a lot of people think that we're either extremely posh or extremely sort of like common.
I think even posh people sort of switch to the common stage every now and then.
Yeah, it depends.
Like Northerners think
the only way is Essex.
No, but Northerners think we're posh. We're not that posh.
No, I just think they think that we're fairies. You know what I mean? And everything's so expensive. It's because of the prices and stuff. The more in the UK, the further north you go, the cheaper everything gets.
It's true.
And Northerners will discuss everything about the South through prices. Be like, oh, do you want to go down? Say you're from like Manchester. Be like, oh, do you want to go down to London? And they're like, down to London, £4 for a pint. They do that. Like everything is on.
To be fair, we do that as well.
Yeah,
but £4 for a pint is way too much.
I went to.
That's not actually. That's like what it is like here. £4 for a pint. London, you're looking at like £5-6. Like
I used to just do drugs and stuff at the pub. It's easier. It's cheap. It's cheaper.
Yeah. If you don't want kids to do drugs, guys, make alcohol cheaper.
Alcohol is the worst drug in the world.
Go to the
you
pub.
Agree with
go
that,
for the pub for the pub.
100%.
Yeah, it's look. I love alcohol. It's the fucking best drug on the planet, but it's also the worst drug. It's just
I hate it.
It's easily available. It makes you feel like shit. It gives you liver cancer. It's pretty bad.
Nothing that I've ever taken or done has fucked me up worse than drinking.
Yeah, 100%. No,
ever,
dude. You can take like fucking tons of Mandy. You won't black out like you do with fucking booze. It fucks you up.
I was gonna say fentanyl, but fentanyl, like legally, I took it twice, actually 3 times technically.
I love how we're doing British stereotypes, and the thing we're doing, we're talking about drugs.
Well,
British people do love drugs.
Well, that's what the first thing was going to be, apart from the posh and common thing, which I don't think is really true.
What do you mean?
We're middle class, and that's the majority of people that live in the UK.
I'm not middle class.
Listen to your voice. You got a ring on. You're middle class.
You do have a ring on.
It's my granddad's sovvy. Like off my 18th birthday.
Sovvy, there we go.
Present.
Maybe he is common. He just called it a sovvy.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
But
you're wearing a Space Jam hat.
That cost me like £4 from Primark.
That's pretty common. Yeah, Primark's pretty common.
I don't know. I grew up pretty working class.
Yeah, because you live near the city, and like the closer you get to the city centre, the more common a person is.
Like
no,
I didn't struggle growing up. We never struggled, my family, but we've never had money. And it's I've watched my dad. My dad is a tradesman, so like he's a floor layer, and I've watched him as a kid just work and work and work and work and break his back, and he's never. It's never really done anything.
That's what they call it, working class.
That's sort of, that's part of the reason that I started doing stuff like this. Because when I was like 15, 16, I used to go and work with my dad, and it's like you get up at like 6 a.m, you're fucking shattered, you go and you rip some fucking old lady's carpet up, and it's so shit, and you're outside in the rain, you're chucking, and I'm just like, I am not doing this forever.
Why are you ripping someone's carpet out in the rain?
No, because we ripped it. You'd rip it out and then you'd chuck it outside.
I think your dad might have been a carpet thief.
Trust me, if you were going to steal a carpet, you wouldn't steal somebody's carpet.
Stealing old lady's carpets.
No, but you'd be surprised. It's weird, right? No, I wouldn't steal. She comes home and we put all the furniture back, and it's just, hang on a minute, something's different. Nah, like I've like ripped up carpets that are like 30 years old. The shit under there, it's like,
yeah, fuck that, mate.
It's brutal. But yeah, no, that's sort of, as like a 16-year-old, I remember doing that, and like, that's why I've got a lot of respect for people that work jobs like that. Like, a lot of my mates are tradesmen, and it's just like, I don't get how you do it. It drives me, I can't do it. Like, I would go to work with my dad for a week, and I just wanted to fucking shoot myself. It's like, I can't do this. How am I supposed to do this for the next 40 years?
Well, they say if you do something every day for a month, it becomes routine. And
that's fair enough, but I could never, it's not for me. And that's why I used to get kind of not upset, but it kind of got to me, like when like we were doing really well, and I would go out and people would recognise me, and they'd say, "Oh, I don't know how you do the stuff that you do." Oh, yeah, and I'd be like, "Oh, thanks." Like, it's really impressive. It's like I just sit down 3 times a week and eat some weird shit and then go home. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing.
I know.
And it used to get to me. So
because people message me and they say, "Oh, how do you do this?" And I like
I
look on their page,
did it because I didn't want to get. Yeah,
they're like making houses or something, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Or like a doctor or some shit.
Yeah. I started doing that shit because I didn't want to get a normal job.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, Lewis is working class and he needs money, and we've got a donation link below for everyone who would like to put towards.
It goes straight to him.
Settle some of my debts.
He got that Space Jam hat from a nice £4 donator. Thank you very much.
That's not true. We haven't had I don't think we've had a donation this year. But anyway, no complaints.
Yeah, no, we haven't had any. Please donate to us. Please.
You don't have to.
No, you don't have to. If you're just watching us, that's enough for me. You know?
Anyway, so the next thing, we were talking about drugs and drink, and the next thing is binge drinking.
Yeah,
that's something that we're very well known for, and it's completely
it's off the rails.
Valid. Something
it's
that
bad.
No English person will go we're not a bunch of binge drinkers.
Go to a city centre after 9 o'clock. It's just full of drunk people.
I think half the reason English people bash on Americans a lot because of the whole 21 thing. And I think if we were somewhere else, you know, it wouldn't really be that big of a deal. But because as a nation, we're used to like drinking as normal from like 14, 15, you know, to us, it'd be like, wait until you're 21 to have a drink. Like, fuck that. It's just like, by the time I was 21, I'd done drinking. I was over it. I'd done clubbing. I'd done drinking.
Hey, bro, what's 9 plus 10?
21.
See, that's the thing, though. As soon as I got to, like, clubbing age, I drank so much that all I wanted to do was drugs. Because, you get past the alcohol, you're like, okay, let's try something else.
Yeah, when I started drinking, I think it was the novelty of it. Yeah. Like, I'm old enough to drink. I'm an adult. And I really enjoyed it. And I look back now and I'm like, it's not fun at all. Like, last night I went to a boxing event and they did the boxing and then they had an after party afterwards in town. Yeah, we were going clubbing and stuff, and I couldn't make it because I was working.
Was it a bunch of dudes with like misshapen faces and
Some
stuff?
of them were fucked, but they carried on. My mate shout out Manny, he had a fight. He like helped organise the whole thing. I did art for him. He was organising all that. He went to
Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah. Yeah, and he had a fight. He was the last fight, and then he went straight to town and DJ'd. Like, killed it. Absolutely smashed it. But I couldn't go, but like everyone, me and Bethan left. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we're off to town now. And I got in the car and I just remember being like, I am so glad I'm going home. I can get undressed. I can sit on the sofa. Oh, I could, you know. And I'm looking at Instagram stories of people all in clubs and stuff. And I'm like, I'm so glad I did not do that. But back when I was like 18, that was the norm.
Yeah,
you're already an old man.
I know.
I agree. It's just, I never really got it. Like,
I was always a pub person.
Yeah,
I go to the pub.
I like casual drinking. I like going out and seeing my mates, and I'll have a beer or two. But I don't ever get drunk.
Clubs, you can't talk.
Never get drunk.
I mean, it's good if you want to get laid, I guess. But that's pretty much what they exist for. Once you
clubbing when you're single is great.
Yeah. I guess never really thought about it like
that. I probably should get on that.
Yeah.
But I would not be able to stand all night. When we went up to London that time,
you wouldn't be able to do the dress code.
How much was I moaning? And just like leaning on stuff and like, oh dude, I need to find somewhere to sit down. You can't do that clubbing.
We can take you.
What are you gonna do? Hey,
girl, wheelchair clubbing, man.
Wheelchair clubbing.
Come sit on me lap.
We should open up some like disabled nightclub. It'd be great.
Oh, just thinking of the shapes that.
That'd be great. Come on, man.
Like a transformer or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, but anyway, binge drinking definitely true.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Big issue.
Yeah.
It's such a.
How do we fix it, guys? How do we fix it?
Legalize drugs.
No, because then there's binge drugging.
That's more fun.
It is bad in this kind. Like, I think they know that we binge drink, but I don't think they really sort of know how it was. Like when I was just turned 14, all my friends would just go out and drink and smoke. And they all got expelled from school when I was like 14. You know, they all had fucking weed on them and they were all drinking and stuff. And it's just like going to house parties when we were like 15, 16. And it's just like, that's how it is.
Did I ever tell you that Greg slapped the hardest kid in school and got away with it?
Oh, did you? Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, I fucking
go on.
Slap that piece of shit. I was like,
right, so no. Greg's all like, giving
still
it
your
this.
booze.
I was like, what, 12, 13?
He was about 13, and there was this guy that was he eventually got expelled for punching a teacher.
All right. British schools.
There you go.
British schools, the best.
And it was me and this guy, and Greg comes over, and this guy said something. I can't remember. I think it's just like a little roast or whatever. And you just went around his face.
I don't even know why I did it.
You know, proper bitch slapped him, like.
Yeah, and literally, like he looked at you, he looked at me, and he looked back at Greg, and he goes, "That was pretty good." Or like.
Yeah. It's how you get like the
you got a feisty brother, ain't you? And I was just like, oh god, he could have kicked his head in.
I saw a fair few kids get like rocked at school, like, and it's something.
Back to school stories.
It's weird, like I've been clubbing and you go to pubs and stuff, and I've seen fights and I've seen people getting kicked in. You look at it and you go, oh, that's brutal. But there's something about when you're at school, it's like it's deep as fuck. Like, I remember being stood, like, as close as I am to you right now and seeing a guy having his nose broke. And the noise, I'll never forget the noise.
Was it like that?
Yeah. Like, it's fucked. I'll never forget it. Never leave my head. Mental.
Britain, mate. That's just
Britain
a bit.
fighting. That goes on to football hooliganism.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of ties into binge drinking.
Yeah.
Now, me and Greg have only ever been to one football match, and I'd like to go to Southampton match review at some point. We've been talking about it since I've known you, even though I don't like football.
I hate it so much. I fucking hate football. I hate it to my core.
Yeah, but that's fair enough.
That was like one of our rules. Like we never do a football topic.
Fucking hate it,
wasn't it?
So much, mate. I like the drama, like especially with like the Pompey Southampton game recently, where that guy punched a horse. I love that shit. I like that part of football, but the actual game of football is so fucking boring. Just a bunch of Nazis like
so instead of kicking a ball around, you just want to watch a dude punch
the funniest thing is like football hooligans are so racist.
Oh yeah,
and then they go to these games that's just Italians and like Turkish people playing for their team. It's like, yeah, they're good. They can come in.
They're one of the good ones.
But get rid of the rest of them.
We're not actually that bad. We're quite good at stamping out racism in English football now. It's a big thing. Like if they promote it all the time. Yeah. Like if you hear racist stuff at the game, tell a steward and they'll be removed and they get banned and stuff. It's not bad. Other countries are really bad.
Russia
is awful.
Oh yeah, Russia's got a big issue with racism.
Every couple of years, football leagues will come into a lot of money. At the moment, it's China. China will, they'll be like, oh, I'll give you like fucking 5 million a year to come and play for this random Chinese team. And they're like, all right, I've got 3 years left maybe before I retire. Okay. But for a time, it was Russia. And a lot of black players went over there for money and they left within a couple of years because it was just too brutal. Like they used to throw like banana peels on the pitch and shit. They would like,
Jesus.
They used to have banners and it was awful.
But
awful.
I don't know, would it be worth the money?
Well, clearly not. Some of them stayed there for a little while, and then some of them left. But it's
you can work like a week as a footballer. That's enough money to set you up for life.
Mate,
I'll just retire. I just like fuck
it. Depends.
If I got 5 million for what, a year in China, I'd just do that and then retire.
Yeah, football in China.
You can live on 5 million a year.
A player that used to play for Saints is like the 6th or 7th. I don't know if he still is, but he was a 6th or 7th like highest paid footballer in the world because he played for us. No, Graziano Pella. His name was. He was Italian. He was really good.
Name.
He was really good for us.
But
he was pretty good for us. You know, his like average football team in England. And then China were like, there was a team in China, like you got like 2 years left until you retire, maybe. You want to come over? And he like quadrupled his fucking earnings that he was earning with us. He was probably earning about 50 grand a week with us, and then it went to like 200, 300 grand a week. Like,
do people in like the football community hate players who do that? Do they not like the fact that?
It depends. Like, if you're young and you've got a lot of potential, it's a bit of a shame. Like, there was a player that used to play for Chelsea called Oscar, and he was like 25, 26. He was one of their main starters, and then he went to China, and it's just a bit like, you're earning a lot of money, do you know what I mean? But now no one cares. You know, you've ruined your international career, you're not with your family, you're playing in a league that doesn't really matter. But, like, if you're 30 and you're like, right, I've got, like, 2 years left before I retire, am I going to play for, like, Stevenage for, like, £100 a week? Or am I going to go to China? And it's like...
China.
Yeah. You know, they go over there, they play 2 or 3 seasons, earn a mint, and then they go back to their home country, you know, and they've set their family up. So you can't blame them.
You can't blame them. I feel the same way with people like Robert De Niro, who've been in all these fantastic movies, and now he's in absolute tripe. I don't blame him because he's making money for his grandchildren, isn't he?
I guess so, yeah.
What was that fucking thing he was in with Zac Efron?
Bad grandpa.
Yeah,
naughty grandpa.
Yeah, something like
that. Something like that.
I haven't.
Things like that. Like I just see it as like fair enough. You're taking care of your family.
If I was a famous actor, I would take roles in serious stuff and ridiculous. But
then he was in the Joker.
Yeah, well, Joker.
Yeah, he was.
Joker.
Can you introduce me as Joker?
Have you seen Joker yet?
No, I haven't.
No.
I
saw it the first day it came out.
Really?
I was there on my own.
I've heard amazing things.
White guy, on my own. The right age, the right profile. I was like sat there. I was like staring everyone out. I was like, yeah, I got a gun. I got a bomb somewhere.
Yeah, that's where...
Dude, seriously, it was full of just guys like me who... Because I went during the midday. I went at like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was just full of.
Was it good though?
It's a good film. It's not like a masterpiece. It's not the best film ever.
Out of 10.
I'd say like an 8.
Greg
That's
reviews.
a good film.
8 out of 10. It's a good film.
Greg views.
It's it's like.
Okay, because you watched Taxi Driver and they're
Taxi
saying
Driver's a great
they're
film.
saying there's a lot of similarity between it.
I watched Taxi Driver 2 days before I went and watched it because I thought, okay, I'll watch Taxi Driver before I go watch it because everyone keeps like drawing all these parallels. And seriously, the only parallel really is that it's just a dude in the city who has a bit of a shit life and goes a bit mental. That I didn't see much else. I didn't see any.
I think that's why people
the
really
camera
like.
shots aren't the same. They don't really. It's not that similar.
I think that's why the recent Joker really hit the ground running though. I think that's why. It's because it's like we're of that sort of the last handful of years has all been about mental health and it's a bit more a bit more awareness towards it. And I think it's more like
it's good.
It's not like a Joker. It's like I'm running around Gotham and I'm blowing stuff up. Nah, it's like the journey of a man who slowly goes insane.
Yeah, it's not really a fun film. It's just tragic. Like
that sounds fun.
No, seriously, there's no part of it where you're like yeah, Joker, go. You're just like, dude, that's just tragic. There's no part of it you're like, oh, that's cool
though, because it makes it relatable. The reason I like some superhero movies, but the reason I don't like a lot of them is because it's just a corny other world. I'm just like, I can't.
Marvel films are the most corny films.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like to watch a film about a man whose life is so tragic that he slowly turns insane into almost like this sort of like terrorist.
Dude, yeah.
It's like that's believable. You can see that happening. Like, do you remember the kid who went and shot up a school thinking that he was the Joker and stuff? Like, you can see it, and it's like, I quite like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Relatable. You can imagine it happening.
It's the best superhero film since Logan, I'd say.
Yeah.
Logan, I love Logan. Great
Next
film.
one, guys.
Oh, go for
it. Stereotypes of the monarchy.
Okay.
I think a lot of countries think that we give a shit about them.
We do not. I consider myself Republican. I think I think that we should get rid of the monarchy.
The Americans love the royals because it's such like a fairy tale to them.
Yeah, it's just like it's not that great.
I've written
basically means that Parliament has more power than they should have.
The royal family is basically our version of the Kardashians.
Yeah,
not even that, because they actually give a shit. People give a shit about the Kardashians. They watch them. If the royals brought out Keeping Up with the Windsors, I wouldn't watch it.
I would.
Would you? Yeah. I might watch the first one
for
just
Prince
to see.
Philip.
Yeah, no.
But they blur all of it out.
He'd
be walking around like Ozzy Osbourne, you know, like with
censor Prince Philip. He's the funniest motherfucker. Elizabeth.
Yeah, basically, like in this country, no one cares about them apart from the tabloids. Seem to think we do.
No. I say there's like a sort of demographic of like 40-year-old women, mainly middle class 40-year-old women that really care about and they're the ones buying all these tabloids. And they really care about them, but everyone else is just like, I don't care. Say like if I don't know, Prince Harry died tomorrow, it'd be all over the BBC and everyone would be like, what? It'd be like all on the news and everyone would just be like, now people die.
Do you know what?
I think the boys would kick up a lot of fuss if one of them passed away. I think everyone in this country is like, Queen, just give it a rest, mate.
Oh yeah, no. The Queen needs
either give it up.
Queen,
yeah, but she doesn't do anything, so you can't say give it up because she doesn't do anything.
No. But I want.
They just wheel her out like every now and again.
We've had enough of a woman in charge.
The only thing that
it's annoying that you have to do that. Money.
No, but the thing is that she's been queen for fucking ages. It's just like
when was she coronated? 1952.
Yeah, it's
1952. I think it was.
Not long after the Second World War, innit?
But the one thing that it really winds me up about the monarchy is like, do you know what? I wouldn't actually mind if it was just like one line of family. You know, you got king, you got mum, dad, and their children, and then they take over. And I wouldn't mind that. But in this country, it's like, oh, you can be like 6,000th in line to the throne, and you're set up for life. And it's just like, oh, here is Princess, Scarlet. Here she is, and you're like, who the fuck's that? I don't.
People don't realize that like we still have an aristocracy. There's literally like lords and ladies. And they all get money from the government. Yeah. People don't realise that we still have an aristocracy. Yeah, they don't do anything. They own large bits of land.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. It's like Game of Thrones when they're like, I give you Harrenhal, and they're like, oh, thank you. You just sit there and do fuck all.
Because everyone else stereotypes us as loving the monarchy, generates money because there's a lot of people who think that it matters.
Yeah, I think we should get rid of it, but
I don't like either. I also wrote that the tabloids just can't get enough of what dress one of them wears and shit.
Yeah. And it's all
There's a new baby. She wore the same dress for 4 days. I saw that the other day.
Tabloids are ridiculous, man. There's like, I remember there was one where
I should have did tabloids.
One of the tabloids, they got like every single ex-boyfriend of what's the name? Meghan Markle, yeah. I like got them all and like ranked them. And I was just ranked all the ex-boyfriends.
What?
I don't know. It's just like
so bad.
Dude,
I'll tell you what though.
That's just what they
fair
do.
Play.
I'll tell you what. If you gave me a
gorgeous.
choice between getting rid of the monarchy or getting rid of tabloid journalism,
I'll get rid of tabloid journalism.
Get rid of tabloids.
100%. They are awful. It's like you can't win with them in this country. It's just, you can't win. It's like, oh, I see Meghan Markle's wearing this dress here, and we had one of our researchers Google, and it's actually from Primark, and it's £14. And it's like, oh my god, well, she's this.
And then it's the other way round.
Yeah. And then the next week she'll be wearing some massive designer thing. They'll be like, oh, I see she came here dressed in a designer dress. It's like...
When children are hungry.
What the fuck do you want?
That's what they always do.
It's mental. It's mad.
They can never do anything right. Apart from Prince Andrew, who's been...
Oh, yeah, he's
been doing stuff with Mr. Epstein.
But you see, people have known that Prince Andrew was a wrong-un for years.
Oh, yeah.
I remember my mum talking about it, like, as a kid, like, Prince Andrew, that fucking weird.
Yeah, no, I was talking...
I remember
I was talking to my mum about it, and she's just like... It's just like everyone already knew.
Yeah.
So...
Next stereotype is the fact that we have bad weather, which is true.
That is true.
No, I disagree. I think we have great weather in England.
Well, statistically, we don't.
Well, I like it because I'm used to it.
Depends on what you mean by good weather. I like rain.
Yeah. I like it because
I
I'm
like
used
rain,
to it.
so I like the weather here.
Okay, all right. You know what the stereotype of good weather is, though, right?
Yeah.
We don't have that stereotype. We have the bad weather, which is the stereotype I'm talking about.
Right. The weather, for a country that is like so well known as we are in such poor control of everything that happens, right? Because all year round it's so bleak, right? For example, Americans are always giving us shit because, like, we can't cope with the hot weather. Do you know what I mean? They're always like, oh, you think that's hot? Well, why...
It's because they got fucking
You've all got air conditioning.
Yeah, they got air
because
conditioning
we
everywhere.
only have a heat wave for 2 or 3 weeks of a year, nowhere here has aircon. So it's fucked.
We've been getting a lot more heat waves recently.
In the cars. Everyone getting a car.
Yeah, you've got aircon in your car, but other than that, there's no aircon in houses unless you're like rich and you've had that. There's no not really aircon in buildings. A little bit. You could go in Tesco and stand in the fucking frozen food section if you want to, but there's nothing, and it's like, so that's fucked. It rains for the rest of the year until about we don't get snow in December or it never snows near Christmas here.
We get something called sleet.
You get rain and sleet.
It snows in February, March, and
even April.
Sometimes April.
But
we've had May snow before.
But because we don't get snow, and sometimes we can have like a lot of snow. It lasts about a week. Up north and in Scotland, they get a lot of snow, but down where we're from. It's not
just
really
rain. It's just cold rain.
Yeah, rain and because we're by the sea, rain and wind. But when we do get snow, because we don't ever get snow ever, the government don't invest in things to deal with it. So when we get like that much snow, schools are closed, businesses are shut because we don't have anything to deal with it. We've got those
Mr. Plough.
We've got road gritters and stuff, but they come in like afterwards when it's all like
we never have enough because
frozen.
we have like down like really far at the end of the street we have one of those things where you can get the grit. There's not enough for the whole area, so it's literally first come first serve. Whoever can get there and grit their road first wins.
I remember about 2 years ago when we had quite a lot of snow. And Bethan was working like about 15-20 minute drive with no traffic away from my house. And I dropped her to work in the morning and it was just starting to snow. It was coming down, but everyone was still driving around. She was like, you think you're going to be all right to come and get... I'm like, yeah, sure. So by the end of the day, it's fucking like, it's like that deep. Which I suppose you don't think it's a lot, but for a country with no fucking road plows and gritters and stuff, it's fucked. And it's all icy. I couldn't even get on my road. I'm slipping around. I'm thinking, fucking hell, I've got to drive all the... I managed to get there, right? It took me, what was a 15-minute drive normally, it took us about 4 hours to get home. Because the roads were just manic. There were people getting out of cars, helping each other. There was a big hill that we had to go up, and there's a guy who actually he got out and he's helping everyone get up. Like it was.
I haven't driven on ice yet.
Crazy. It was mental.
I'm not looking forward to it.
It's awful. It's really bad. It's so scary.
Well, that
horrible.
is why we have bad weather. Our weather is so unpredictable. There was a study of 68 countries, and in those 68 countries, we were the 58th worst for weather.
Out of how many countries did you say?
68.
And we
58.
Who are the worst one?
Belgium.
Belgium have got the worst weather.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about Belgium to.
I think
to
it
really
might not necessarily worse. I think it's unpredictable. Anyway,
Oh.
apparently 94% of people in the UK have spoken about weather in the last 6 hours. So we've just done that.
Oh yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what every fucking day. If you go to the shop, it's always like, oh, shit weather. Oh, lovely weather.
We're no good at small talk. We don't talk to each other. I've had people.
Weather's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, like people. I know I talk about Americans a lot, but I think it's a really good comparison because I think we are so different. It's when Americans come over, they want to talk to everyone and they want to have conversations, and you're just like, fucking.
You one word them.
Why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
So when you're
in
a very awkward situation, like say you're stood next to somebody in a lift or something, and you feel like I don't want to talk to this person, but I'm gonna have to say something just to let them know I'm not a complete cunt.
You've got to break the
You're
ice,
just
man.
like you just go, fucking weather shit, innit?
What was that, Greg?
Break the ice.
Break the ice.
No, but the thing is, you're right though, because I found with Americans especially, and also Canadians as well, is that they love small talk.
Yeah, they love it.
And it's always repeating this. So if you talk to, I don't know, like 10 strangers in a day, you're gonna have the same fucking conversation 10 times in a day, because it's either weather or it's like, oh, so what do you do for a living or something like that. It's always like mundane shit that you just can't be bothered to talk about constantly every fucking day.
I like it, but it's nice. It is nice.
Oh, it's nice.
But I couldn't do that. Yeah. I couldn't live in a country where everyone wanted to talk to me.
in Germany it was great for small talk because they actually talk about interesting shit.
No, he says that, but he just got in a lift once and some German go, pizza.
Pizza.
Dude, now,
that's
seriously,
small talk.
Germans are... all the countries I've been to, Germans are the nicest people. And everyone says they're grumpy.
Agree.
They are not grumpy.
I agree.
They are not grumpy.
They're not grumpy, but they do have to make up for something, don't they?
Okay. Now, come on. You can say that, but we were British Empire. We had slaves and shit, man.
We're no good.
I think every country
we
did
literally
at
went
some
to
point.
India, killed everyone.
Yeah.
And then just, I don't know, we just fucking... What did we do there? Like coffee or some shit? I don't fucking know what we were doing.
Killed for coffee.
Coffee and sugar, you know what I mean?
Coffee, sugar. Tea drinking!
Yes.
Yeah.
So tea drinking is one of our biggest pastimes. And yes, that is true stereotype, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't particularly like tea.
I don't like it either. But
I like green tea and I like Earl Grey, but I don't like...
I'm a tea drinker.
Don't like British.
How many do you have a day, do you reckon?
Anywhere between 4 and 8.
Okay,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
In England, 165 million cups of tea are drunk a day.
And if you're not from England or Great Britain, you don't get what a cup of tea is. You don't understand. Because, like, I've been to Canada...
This is such a British thing to say.
Yeah, no, but, like, they always go on... Like, they all know that we like tea. And that's true.
Do.
They're always
like,
cup of tea, cup of tea.
Yeah, they do.
And you're like, yeah, but when you go over there and you're like, can I have a cup of tea? They don't know what you mean. They don't get it. I went everywhere in Canada just trying to find we call it builder's tea here. Like, because you have your green tea and you got this tea. But, like, a standard cup of tea, tea bag, water, milk, sugar or not, that's you call that a builder's cup of tea. So, that's what is standard.
Never heard of that.
You never heard that?
This must be a Southampton thing, mate.
I'm not
It's not a
tea
Southampton
drinker.
thing. It's you call it, it's a builder's tea. But, I can't remember what it's called, man.
We just call it tea.
Can I just say the worst cup of tea I ever had was in Egypt.
Oh, man.
Some geezer was trying to sell us some, like...
It's just different in every
ointment.
country.
Don't even get me started on Egypt. The worst everything I've ever had in my life was in Egypt. Worst car ride. Worst hotel. Worst...
No, hotel was good.
Okay, the hotel was good, but...
Egyptian cotton?
But the problem about the hotel wasn't... The hotel itself was lovely, but the people were dodgy.
What do you mean the people? What, working there?
The workers are dodgy. You know what I mean? They're always looking at you.
What
Like,
are you
they give,
insinuating,
like, you know...
Yeah.
No, not like that. No, you know what I mean?
They were nice.
They were nice, but they were like faux nice, because they would be like, ha ha. You know, everyone...
I make you laugh? Tip.
Yeah,
asking for tips constantly.
It was.
Would you like to buy this rock?
It was kind of. I was walking through it kind of like, how are these guys not more wealthy? Because they seem to want tips for. Oh, can you take this picture for me? Yeah, sure. They take the photo and then be like, tip.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
for real.
Tips everywhere.
Why would you want to go anywhere like that?
At least where we were,
horrible.
where was it? Hurghada?
Piece of shit country.
No, it wasn't. It was great. It was wonderful.
Okay, no, it was wonderful. Maybe back in 3000 BC when they built pyramids and shit. That was the interesting stuff.
Yeah, and we went to go see that.
There's nothing interesting there anymore.
Yeah, there is.
The Red Sea was dead. It's the Dead Sea.
Didn't you go into a hut or something that had a snake in it?
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
That's not cool.
Dude, we went...
Okay. Oh yeah, no, wait, no. These were the cool guys.
We talk about Egypt like this all the time.
These were the cool guys, the Berber people. You know, the desert guys.
Mm.
They were cool as fuck. They were like really nice, genuine nice, because they weren't asking for tips. At least not to me. That's where they had. It wasn't a hut. It was like just a fucking tent. You go in a tent and there's just like snakes and cages, and like you can see the snake trying to get out and shit. And you're just like, okay, well, this is definitely not an accredited place for keeping. Keeping animals.
Do you have a license?
No,
that's the thing, they do licenses.
Yeah, and we're
it's just written on in the dirt with a stick.
When the snake was coming out of this cage, we were just like, "Hey, is that snake supposed to be coming out of the cage?" He's like, "Ha ha, he get out again."
Come back in.
Oh man, it was
naughty
crazy.
snake.
It was crazy.
You might have hated it, but I thought it was such a culture shock that
I'll tell you what.
The culture shock was interesting.
I always find I find it with everything. It's my whole. I never enjoy anything in the moment, but when I look back on it, I'm like, that was really cool. Like when I've been away before, I'm like, oh fucking hell, I just want to be back in my own bed. Like not being ungrateful. You know, but it's like, oh, I fucking miss this and I miss that. But then when you get back home and you look back at the shit you did, you're like, oh, fuck, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess if you look back on it, was it that bad?
It was scary at the time. It was because we were.
It's nice to experience.
It was around the time when there's like bombings and stuff. You know what I mean? It wasn't comfortable.
I think it was just before that.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable thing. It's like when we went to America not that long after 9/11. And dude, the security was fucking so tight, man. You know, like
do you blame them?
Fucking gloves with brown on them everywhere, man. You know, they're checking everywhere, everything.
That's what I don't understand with those
getting down
gloves.
The
why are they white or purple? You want brown ones.
You want brown ones, exactly.
Brown gloves.
It just makes more sense.
Let's go to Dragon's Den.
Chocolate flavoured.
So, with 165 million cups of tea a day, that averages about 3 to 4 per person per day. We are the top tea drinkers in the world by far. The next ones are like China and India.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then,
but I say they don't drink tea the same way that we do.
Yeah, they drink it better.
Yeah. Probably, yeah, you're quite right. But that's what I'm used to.
Some of them,
they just shit cups of tea.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't use tea bags.
Yeah, I don't use tea bags. I use tea leaves because I'm a hipster.
You put it in your little pot.
I do.
I'm a Tetley boy.
But then you get 2 or 3 cups of tea, and it gets stronger each time.
Let's start a debate with all the people from the UK. What's the best tea bag? I'm going fucking Tetley. Tetley all day.
PG Tips just because they used to have chimps.
Yeah, I have to agree.
See, I don't like the taste of PG Tips. It tastes kind of raisiny.
Yeah, a bit like
raisiny.
Chimpy.
Chimpy. Chimpy.
But yeah, the tea drinking is 100% a valid stereotype.
That's a good thing.
And the last fact is 7% of English people drink 6 to 8 cups of it a day.
That makes complete sense.
Isn't that what I say? Like,
so you're in that. You're in that 7%.
But for me, it's not. It's like you don't drink a cup of tea because you're thirsty. You don't quench your thirst. It's nothing like that. It's like I do it.
Mouth.
When I used to smoke, you know, like you do it as a procrastination thing. Like you're getting on with something, you're like, oh, I'll just go for a cigarette quick, and then I'll crack on with this.
Yeah.
To me, that's like
one thing I noticed in my old job is that it's just an excuse to get a break.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we all need a cup of tea now, and
tea up
because everyone working there joins in because they know they'll get a 5-minute break out of it.
But,
so it's like, oh yeah, let's go get a tea then. It is. You're right.
Apparently one of the main reasons it is so like that, smoking, it helps anxiety.
Beth and I will ask. Yeah, it is that. Beth will ask me to do anything. She's like, can you go and can you clean that out quick? Can you do that?
Cup of tea first.
And I'm just like, yeah, let me just have a quick cup of tea. And you stand in the kitchen, you make it take as long as possible, and you're like, and you sip it real slow. It's like having a fag. It's like having a cigarette.
He sips like this, and it makes me want to kill.
I'll tell you one thing. Red Dead 2's me making.
If there is ever a movie made about me, it's going to be like how the Joker descends into madness, and the first scene is going to be me in a room with you sipping tea. I'm only joking.
No, you're fucking yourself.
So what have we done? We've done
a lot. We've done
posh. We've done tea drinking, football hooliganism, bad weather, the monarchy. Is there anything that you think I've missed out?
British yellow teeth.
Bad teeth.
We have got bad teeth. That's true.
It's true.
I've got horrendous teeth.
Statistically, it's not true.
The thing is, I brush my teeth every day and they're still yellow. I don't want to use teeth whitening because I've heard that can actually cause your teeth to get damaged.
Do you know what, Greg? We're all going to be looking at each other's teeth now. Do you know what? It's probably because all you do is drink wine. That's like you don't drink water. You don't have any time to wash the wine stains away from your teeth.
I got tea. I got tea stains on my teeth.
I use mouthwash.
I
use mouthwash to get rid of it.
Is that from tea?
Well, tea and smoking, but I don't smoke anymore.
I didn't get any stains.
I smoke and
I used to get stains on my fingers.
See, I never had that. I never got that.
Did you not?
No.
Oh man, I miss smoking so much, man. I smoke on Red Dead just to quench the need. I just want to
have one cigarette.
Nah, dude, I can't.
We're filming.
I would cough the fucking shit.
You're making me want to smoke.
I
know it's hard, isn't it?
According to how many fillings and decays there are in the world, German and English have it the best.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, no, but no.
I think it's because we have low sugar diet.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Fuck yourself, because I'm about to break that fact. Read exactly what you just said again.
According to how many fillings and decays there are in the world, fixing-wise, German and English have it the best.
Right, but that's not counting all the people there
that haven't had it done.
Just don't go to the dentist. There are lots and lots of people in this country where you're like, when was the last time you went to the dentist? And
like me.
10 years ago.
The only time I go to the dentist now is to have a tooth pulled.
Yeah. I mean, when I was
it's true.
When I was a kid, my mum used to get it on the NHS.
Yeah.
And I used to have
up to
go...
18.
Yeah. For free. And then I haven't been to the dentist in like 2.5 years.
Why don't we all go for a checkup for a video?
Who's got the best teeth?
No,
I'll lose.
I'll fuck the dentist.
I'll lose because I've already got another tooth that's coming.
I always had really good teeth. When I was growing up, I'd always go in because I didn't mind going to the dentist because they'd always just look over with the mirror and be like, oh, yeah, fine.
Every single time I've gone, it's just that.
As soon as I got to like 17, 18, drinking and smoking, and then it's just like, every time I go in, they're like, yeah, they're fucked.
I actually had an operation in my mouth.
Yeah, you did. You had like a tooth. You had like a tooth growing up out of
in the palate of my mouth.
When was that? How old were you when that happened?
I think they operated about 14 years old, 15. So I think it was my first op. Now I've had like 8. But yeah, laughing gas is fun.
Laughing gas is fun.
I think the reason that people think that our teeth is bad is because we do have to pay for our teeth care after the age of 18.
But then surely don't Americans because they don't get healthcare.
Yeah, no, but we're so used to not having to pay for it.
I suppose that makes sense.
That it's just like, fuck it, I'll wait till they all fall out.
I think to us it just doesn't matter. Like, I think we care about our appearance. Like, I care about my appearance. Not that much.
You guys are vain.
Yeah, but I
was younger, I used to really care about my appearance.
I've noticed that,
but my teeth have never really been an important
when people get their teeth really whitened. If anything, it's worse in England because people start looking at them like, well, I know
get the right white.
Yeah, people know that they look at you and they're like, you look like an American. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, it doesn't look natural to us.
Yeah. I just don't think it's that an important thing. As long as they're not falling out or you've got gingivitis, it's just like...
It's like when we've been to YouTube conventions that you can see some of the people smiling there and you're like, your teeth are so unbelievably white is all I can notice about them.
Yeah, it's distracting. It's just it's not right. I don't think it's right.
You need to get the right shade of white.
Yeah, that off-white.
So we are 4th best in the world. 4th best in the world we are for teeth.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
And guess what? Guess what? Americans who started that rumor about us all having bad teeth.
Fuck you.
Which are supposed to have happened during the 70s.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers sort of like takes a rib on that. But guys, guess what? You Americans, you come 9th.
I think that's probably as pretty much everything in America. It's always the South letting them down.
Well, yeah.
You know what
I
I
was
mean?
going to say, 1, there's more people there. 2, methamphetamine.
Yeah, methamphetamine. We don't really have a problem with meth.
No.
Mr. White,
We don't
pick up the phone.
We don't have an issue with meth in England. It's just not. It's just doesn't exist.
No.
People instead just use cocaine or drone.
We do it. There's drugs are very, very common in this country, but it's nothing harder.
You
Like
never
when you
find
go
crystal
up to
meth.
like towards Scotland, you've got like heroin and shit. And I know a couple of people down here that have been addicted to heroin.
Yeah, same.
But not like. It's very few and far between. I only know one guy from my local
even all
like,
my druggy friends look down on heroin.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
because we do like cheap nasty shit. It's like pills and like say coke and ketamine and stuff like that.
Ketamine's very popular at the moment. I'd say
Weed,
it's probably
you
the
can
second most
get
popular drug in
weed
the world.
anywhere. Like I could walk down the street and find someone to get me weed. It's just it's everywhere.
But
stuff like
so easy to get
meth,
hold of.
we're not.
Meth and
I only knew one person that did that. Well, not did, but sold crystal meth and crack. And well, he's not with us any longer. But
I don't know if you can bring that up, Greg.
I can because I didn't say any names. It's fine. So it does exist. It's just very, very rare.
Oh yeah,
and looked down
How
upon
do we
even
get
by
back to drugs?
Because we're talking about England.
Yeah, England's just full
Oh
of drugs,
yeah,
isn't it?
and
Yeah,
bad
but
teeth.
anyway, yeah.
But we don't have bad teeth.
Football, bad teeth, and drugs.
We don't
shit
have
weather.
bad teeth. The statistics prove that we don't. Accents. We're well known for our accents and the fact that you can literally leave my house right now and go 10 miles that way and someone will be like, and it's just like, huh?
I think people from abroad think we're all like we all talk like this. We're all sort of all Londoners. But like it's not like that.
I spoke to an American and he said that he thinks that we all sound the same. But if you imagine going to somewhere like France or Germany, they all sound the same.
Oh yeah, to me they all sound.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Inglourious Bastards where he's talking German and you're just like, he's talking German, and he's like, I clocked. That's a very strange accent you've got, and you're like, what? They were just talking German. So I get it, but I mean. Americans especially, I keep talking about fucking America, but they think we're all.
He loves America that much.
I do like America.
Can't stop talking about it.
I do like America.
There are parts of America I like. Yeah.
I love every time I've been to America. I've loved it.
I like the Wild West.
He's
I love
been
guns.
too much Red Dead. Yeah, they all think that we talk like this, and I don't get that because it's in English. They speak English. You know what I mean? I understand that in America they've all got different accents.
Yeah, but it's because of shows like Sherlock.
No, but dude, seriously,
things like that.
Like if you go north of London, I don't fucking understand a word anyone says.
Talking about that,
Brummies, I don't understand what they're saying.
Can I just add in a little bit of research here quickly? So many different dialects have been spoken from back when tribes were in the UK, when we were sort of the Romans were here, Vikings come in,
is that
all
what
this
it
sort of
is?
stuff. Yeah, and a lot stuck, but because of the different languages, the accent stayed similar. When everyone came together to speak one language, we sounded fucked up like we do.
I don't understand them. Everyone north of London, it's like Brummies sound like they've got a mouthful of cotton balls. You know what I mean?
I've got my family are from Birmingham.
I actually understand the Welsh quite well, which is weird.
Welsh talk very.
I think it's because I watch a lot of
slowly.
Gavin and Stacey.
Now, Greg's not very good at accents.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Lewis is good at accents. I'm going to give you a list of accents here that I'd like you to do, and Greg has to
For
guess.
the people that don't know. For people that Greg has to guess what they are.
Greg has to guess what they are. And
Okay.
then after he's guessed correctly, after the 50th try, which we're not going to go into, you're going to have like 2 tries. Then
Sorry if you're from
Then you're
any of
going to
these...
try them.
Oh yeah.
Sorry if you're from any of these places that I'm about to do. Right, okay. Fucking hell, Greg. Fucking hell, man. The fuck are you doing?
North. North of London.
Be a bit more fucking specific.
Manchester, Liverpool.
How can you not know?
Birmingham.
You've said it.
What did I say? Which one was it? I don't fucking know what they talk.
It's an act.
I don't know what they talk like. They all fucking talk weird.
Wind your fucking neck in.
Liverpool.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how that accent is called Scouse.
Greg loves.
Scousers. Is that a Scousers Liverpool?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you not know that?
I don't care. I don't care about the north. You go north of London.
Fair enough.
Greg
fucking...
loves this scene in Lock, Stock where they're talking. And he's like,
I love Lock, Stock.
He's a fucking thief.
He's a fucking thief.
Now that's my kind of British accent. I love that.
So there's a bit in it where like there's these Northerners talking to this like Southern London geezer, and they leave, and he goes, "Fucking Northern monkeys," and then they're like, "Oh, fucking Southern fairies." I can't do it that well.
They are fucking monkeys up north.
Right. Way man. How you doing, pet?
Oh, I don't know what this one is.
Way man.
I'll accept the answer of
I'm going up for a night on the toon.
a famous person who sounds like it.
For a night out on the toon.
Now on the tune. Give me more. Give me more. Some more stuff.
Day one.
Day one in the Big Brother house. Greg is in the dining room.
Like Cheshire or something.
Cheshire?
I don't fucking know. No.
Fucking Cheshire.
He's not going to get it, is he? What is it?
That's Geordie.
Oh, I don't know.
Newcastle. Newcastle Brown Ale. That was awful.
Is that how they talk?
Way man.
Yeah, Sant and Deck.
What's YI man mean?
I think YI it means a lot of different things, doesn't it? Because like they say like
They've simplified the language so that they got words that mean lots of things.
I don't know, but I think if I was to say like, "Oh, what you doing, man? Come on, fucking hell," they'd be like, "Way man." It's a bit like that, but then they also say it like, "Come on, like way."
It's almost like fucking Jamaica or some shit. You know what I mean?
It's weird. Well, because Newcastle, they're like right on the border of Scotland, so it's kind of a mix between like Northern and Scottish, a little bit. Because they're like toon. They don't say town, they go toon.
You need to get Greg to say a sentence. So come up with a sentence, and then Greg, you have to do it.
Hello there, my name's Greg.
Way man.
That was alright. Way man.
Way man.
And they say pet. Pet means like mate. Because there was a very old show on the TV in like the 80s or 70s or 80s called Auf Wiedersehen Pet. And it was about a bunch of builders who were from Newcastle. And they all called each other Pet.
How you doing, Pet? Is that how they speak? They speak like...
Next one.
Like they've been punched in the jaw.
Geordie.
I've sorted it out. I know what's up.
He's clocked it. He's got it.
And they got clocked.
Right. Hey, Greg. Fucking, how you doing, our kid?
Do more.
As you were, LG.
Hey, coconutters. It's Twin Coconuts here.
Manchester?
Yeah.
Well, I know they're from Manchester.
That's why I said it, because I couldn't be bothered to say anything else.
Now you say it like that. What's this?
With the Twin Coconuts.
All right. One more.
That's how they speak, isn't it? Hello.
Fucking hell. Right.
They speak like a 5-year-old reading from a book, slowly and deliberately.
No, you don't.
Not them specifically, but their people do.
That's a good one. Fuck. What can I say? We'll get kettle on and we'll have a brew. Oh aye. Ecky thump aye. Oh aye.
I've heard OI. I've heard people say that before.
Get brew on and we'll have a cup of tea. Oh aye.
OI.
They probably don't ever say oh aye, but from watching Wallace and Gromit, they might.
Where is Wallace and Gromit? It's definitely up north somewhere.
Yes.
Yorkshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not on your list, but I just did that because I thought it was a good one.
That is a good one. Greg, do Wallace.
We forgot the crackers, got it.
Spot on again. 10 out of 10.
He hasn't got a thick accent though. Everyone's gonna be like,
no.
We forgot the fucking crackers, got it.
Fucking hell, mate! What fucking crackers? Oh, I didn't do Cockney. Cockney was on there. Fucking hell, mate.
Fucking hell.
He's a fucking rude.
Do you know? Do you know about like what it is to be classed as a Cockney? I learnt about it when I went to a West Ham game, and I mean now like we sort of know it as anyone from like London is a Cockney, but it used to be. I may get some of this wrong, and if you know, correct me. But it was something to do with in the East End of London, there was a church, and I don't know what the church was called. It might have been the Bow Church, but it had a bell, and it was the Bow Bells. And if you were born within a radius that you could hear the Bow Bells, you were a Cockney.
So if someone has really good hearing, then they can
no, but church bells you can fucking hear.
Yeah,
you can hear from, and this was probably like. You know,
we're like a mile away that we hear.
Yeah, exactly. And if you were in a radius that you could hear the Bow Bells, you were a proper Cockney. What about some Cockney rhyming slang? Do you know any Cockney rhyming slang?
That was the next one.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck. Okay. I didn't even read it on that. I made it look like I just read it.
Just, I don't know, like oranges and pears or apples.
See, I'm not a Cockney, but this is a good one. There's a bit of Cockney rhyming slang I use it with my mum. I'm from a family set, and she always gets really confused. Say, I gave him a kick right up his arse.
Why?
Which it means arse. Arse means arse because
this
is how fuck Cockney rhyming slang is. Because some of it is just a word that rhymes, but Cockney rhyming you say arse for your arse because it's Aristotle, and Aristotle rhymes with glass and bottle, glass arse.
Yeah.
What's glass arse mean?
It doesn't mean it. No, but glass rhymes with arse.
Ah, it's so stupid.
Up his glass and
what
bottle.
What is wrong with
would
British
mean
people?
Glass.
They speak like animals. They fucking stupid. Rhymes.
These are Cockneys. We're not talking about Northerners.
Yeah, but there's one you where I live.
Should always know. Okay.
Cockney rhyming slang.
Burke. You call someone a Burke, you calling them a cunt.
Now, see,
Berkeley Hunt. Cunt.
Nah, Burke to me is just the character from that trapdoor animation. From
what's a Ruby Murray? Oh,
we've done this before.
A curry?
Have we? Yeah. Have we done this before?
Yeah, we've done.
Wow, rehashing fucking material.
Really? We haven't done this before.
It's not because we're cheap. I just can't remember half the shit that we.
Yeah, I have a terrible memory.
I don't remember.
I don't even remember what I did this morning.
A few other things that I was going to mention was politeness, which apparently we're too polite.
What?
British people are not polite.
No, let me finish, Gregory. You haven't even been drinking your wine. Okay. Politeness, fake politeness. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry for getting in your way. All that sort of stuff. You don't mean it. You say, I know you don't.
No, but I don't even hear that from British people. No one says sorry.
This is a stereotype, Greg.
This is a good one. I keep seeing this online everywhere at the moment. In England, or in Britain, we don't say, I best be going now. I'll see you later. You do this. Right. And that means I've got to get moving now. You go right, okay then. Which means I should have. I should have left an hour ago, but I was too rude. Right, okay then.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's definitely. Like it's so weird in the shit that we do. Now, it's really odd.
We could do stereotypes of other places. I was gonna read out a Sun article saying the worst things that we do as tourists, but I think I might do that as the worst tourists.
Brits abroad like would be a good one.
British people
like every country, the worst tourists from every country.
I'm surprised we're not banned from countries.
Americans are bad tourists just because they look, you can spot them a mile away and it's like, bless you. But English tourists are, can I say, a danger to society?
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Dude.
England played Prague recently and a couple of my mates went, and the English people on the streets of Prague,
it's just
punching horses.
It's horrible.
No, they weren't punching horses, but they're just
giraffes.
they just take over the city and they're just screaming and singing and drinking everything.
It's horrible. I hate British.
Fucking people. Brits abroad are horrendous. Okay, right. Who wants to do an outro? Go, someone.
Okay, thank you guys for coming to our podcast to listen. We really appreciate it. What do you want me to play?
Outro song.
What's the outro song?
Greg and Over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming. I hate talking and playing guitar.
This song is actually named Foreskin.
Yeah.
Is it?
Greg and Over Foreskin.
Yeah, anyway.
Because the guitar is the fourth skin.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. We're the Threeskins. It's because we all have foreskins, but none of us have been chopped. My one's quite short. It's a short foreskin, so I'm more like a half foreskin. But we thought 2.5 is too much of a mouthful.
It's
so
too much like 2.5 men.
Yeah, so we're Threeskins.
And there's not 4 of us, hence why we're not.
We talk shit. I'm really tired. Don't know why. Coffee really wasn't a good choice. It makes me really tired. Anyway.
Play the outro song, Greg.
We talk shit and...
Go follow us all on all of our social media. It's all down there. Our donation link is down there as well if you feel generous enough to donate. Anything that you donate, whatever you want. Donate 50p. I don't care.
All get shout-outs. All get everything.
We haven't done it in a while because we haven't had any donations. But when you donate, you can write a little message and we'll shout you out and we'll read out your message aloud. It's good stuff. Yeah. Please subscribe, click the bell thing. I don't know how YouTube works anymore. I'm not with it anymore. I don't care. Do whatever it is, the 10-step process that you have to do in which to receive our fucking videos. I don't know what that is. But yeah, check us out on iTunes and Spotify. If you don't want to stare at our faces, you can just listen to us. You can listen in the car while you're at the gym, whatever. Please go and check. And even if you're not going to listen on Spotify or iTunes, please go over and give it a follow because that helps us the fuck out. So if you can do that, that'd be sweet. Yeah. See you later.
Yeah.